way we think of about Mokobara is actually not as a luggage brand.
6 weeks of hard work, making a GTM deck of 48 pages, last night making it 15 due to a 10-minute constraint.
So first of all, thanks to Mokobara team for giving us this opportunity to work on this amazing project.
Mokobara, India's leading travel and lifestyle brand, partnered with the students of Scaler School of Business for a high-stakes case study competition. The challenge for the students? Build a competitive go-to-market strategy for Mokobara's expansion in the Asia and Pacific region. Include market expansion, social commerce, and consider the competition. 10 teams worked on the brief. Only 3 teams got the opportunity to present it in front of Navin, co-founder of Mokobara, Venu, head of growth at Mokobara, and Bhavik, founding leader of Uber India and ex-head of Uber Eats. Let's see how it unfolded.
कौन लगता है कौन जीतेगा या फिर किसको best feedback मिलेगा out of the 3 teams?
Not seen any PPT.
No, still like you know your batchmates, right? You know your batchmates. Based on that, take a guess.
So I think Anand's team will get good feedback.
I think the team with Sitanshu, Yash, Raju, that team.
Because when other 2 teams have chosen Singapore as the suggested country, that is the only team in the entire class almost which has suggested Malaysia to enter as a market. So I am also excited to see what feedback will the founders give for them.
Sitanshu is clearly winner at least here, but let's see.
Yeah, ready? What went well in our presentation is first, the founders appreciated that how much in-depth research we have done. So yeah, these are the couple of main insights from primary research. Now to select the countries, we have taken like 31 parameters, including tourism, regulation, ease of doing business, e-commerce, logistic, GDP per capita, etc. So there were total 31 parameters and we have rated like all the APAC countries.
And what we also discovered was post-sales service was quite important, and what we studied also is that a person always rethinks his decision once they also experience the post-consumption dilemma, right? So we don't want our consumers to have a buyer's remorse when they come and when they purchase from Mokobara. So these are the few things that we want to focus on. That is warranty, hassle-free returns, customer support, and local repair partner shops, which helps them, get a better credibility with respect to Mokobara. So even though our research was detail-oriented and we came up with some unique features, probably the founders were looking for some aha moment or out-of-the-box thinking.
We were able to identify that Singaporeans are generally research-heavy, they're quality-focused, and trend-conscious. From the research, we understood that more than 75% of the population are from Chinese ethnicity. So Mandarin could be a language of choice for community-focused marketing and communications, and peer recommendations and influencer endorsements all work.
We are entering a market which is dominated by legacy players like TUMI, Samsonite, Charles & Keith, and also other competitors. If you see this positioning map, there is a clear white space for Mokobara where you can position as a smart travel companion for tech-savvy professionals, that is, offer tech-enabled, tech-integrated features at a affordable price.
So no, this is first of all this is extremely detailed to that level where just to soak all this in will take me at least a week. So kudos to such a in-depth work.
So the last 6 weeks has gone into just ensuring that every research that we have done goes into the slide and it gets delivered in the right way. So our slides were really research and data dense, which could have been improved because that was not the right format for the presentation itself.
I think I should kudos your clarity of thought and how the first slide and the last slide was very good. The entire journey was pretty good. It also shows us that you went through a lot of primary research and secondary research while also doing, it's really difficult to sit in a place and do all of it, and kudos to that definitely.
Sure. So we could have made another copy for this day, the presentation day, wherein we could have had lesser number of slides with a lot of insights rather than the data part of it. So that is one feedback that we got, and it's a really valuable feedback that we can easily work on for the future presentations.
Structured, and I feel like Sitanshu will do a great job. So yeah,
I feel the same. Sitanshu's team is, I think, would have the biggest pie of the cake.
Sudhanshu has promised everyone a pizza. Pakka.
Actually, one of the insights was interesting that they were planning, since Malaysia was their go-to country, so they said that they would open a store just beneath the Twin Towers. So that caught my attention, so probably.
Today we are excited to present the big market problem for Mokobara, the next big market. Oh, sorry, Raju, please say.
Sorry?
Raju.
This is Team Raju. Because there are no team names, I won't.
You can say Team Malaysia. So we are here to present the next big market for Mokobara region, entering into the APAC region. To solve this, first we came up with a very strategic approach. We applied a smart filter of seeing the FDA, trade agreements which are good with China, because we believe to be successful in a brand, as important as branding, it should be also the supply chain efficiency, which is a key factor in defining the brand to go further. Founders were very happy about the initial approach we came up with. So how we came to Malaysia, the step-by-step approach we explained, really it was a unique approach because ours is the only solution which provided. They are very happy how we built it and how we came to the solution.
So as Raju mentioned, the key criteria for us was the number of travelers that Malaysia has. That is exceptionally high in this region. Again, as we said that India at that time when Mokobara entered was an aspirational middle class which was growing. We want to dig down deeper into the same target demographic into Malaysia as well. So Malaysia also has a rising middle class. So there also the aspirational middle class population is still there, who wants to get better products, who want to differentiate. You don't want to be searching your luggage across the 100 luggage on the same baggage belt. You want to stand out. And these are some of the insights that we got through our primary and secondary research.
Similarly, the Malaysian flag and the color red. So the color red has a deep cultural significance because of its Chinese linkage. So we want to dig down deeper. We want to suggest that these are the few brand elements that you can also incorporate.
Perfect. I like the suggestion of red, but I'm curious about that bit. I'm not sure if we should do the red one. Do you guys think that color matters so much?
So same like Malaysia, Chinese population don't resonate well with black and white. They resonate lot of things with red color. Even if you see the festival happening at the end of the year, 50% is only red.
Also, it's mostly the culture that they inhibit within themselves. Culture is the biggest thing for them. So resonating directly with them will, give an extra edge.
Very interesting.
So the founders were really impressed on how we approached to the GTM through all our market research. The only aspect that they wanted us to cover more on is branding. So how we position our brand in APAC region is something which we would have done better or said something with more conviction. That's what we received as feedback.
Sasuke Kasam
I like the slide.
Alright.
6 weeks of hard work, going through 100 plus research papers and articles, and 27 plus expert interviews, making a GTM deck of 48 pages, last night making it 15 due to a 10-minute constraint.
So what we did well was guerrilla marketing. Founders like when we think out of the box rather than traditional thinking. So we gave 2 guerrilla marketing ideas. One was building a national museum of luggage, small pop-up outlet where we are gonna keep old designs, maybe TUMI, we won't name the brands, kind of a guerrilla marketing where in the Orchard Road, a guy with safari coat might be present, and it might be a good guerrilla marketing tactic. We can explore that.
Second, we came up with tiered loyalty system. We came to realize that since Singapore is a premium airline, it offers a huge luggage allowance to its customer. So for example, for economy customer, the traveler can have 30 kg of bags with his single ticket. So we came up with bonus miles. So let's say a base frequent flyer can have 5% of extra miles if he purchases Mokobara bag and checks in the Mokobara bag in the airline. And lastly, we have baggage belt turnover. So it's basically guerrilla marketing strategy where we came up with this is a time gap between when the customer or traveler waits at the baggage belt and the baggage comes. So there's a gap of 5 to 10 minutes in the airport in the baggage belt area. So what we can come up is we can keep 15 20 identical same color Mokobara bags on the baggage belt and let's spin those on the crucial so that the new travelers who are coming to the airports can see those luggage and see what Mokobara is trying to do and trying to just establish a brand in the consumer's mind.
So first, yeah, the presentation that you sent is around 45 pages. Amazing. That one definitely took a lot of time. Yeah. So there are few things, I mean, you guys have done a lot of research at finding about it. Have you come across a point where you feel that should we launch directly through D2C in Singapore first? Or do we go the offline route, or should it be a hybrid model? This is a question which was pondering, and I was even trying to search in all these things. While the primary research and all says ki tech savvy people hai, all of them use their phones and all. But what's the right way, like in your research?
Right. So when I texted them on LinkedIn, they were actually like, oh yeah, so Mokobara is coming to Singapore now. Finally, I wanted to buy that particular accessory and it was not available, right? So going through D2C, that's why we also prioritize D2C first, because it won't take you much cost. But having said that, you have to do a proper launch for people to understand that we are here, we have come here for you. So just going through D2C and not doing a certain level of marketing won't help.
And I think the last feedback that Navin personally gave it to us, that the presentation skills could have been much better. We have just put all the content on one slide, but it can be divided into multiple slides in which the judges can have a better sense of understanding what we are trying to say. So I think the presentation part could have been done much better.
Adding on to just one more question. As an entrepreneur, what is one of the advice you would like to give, like for students like us who wants to pursue their entrepreneurial journey?
So first thing I will say is that this is the best time to start anything in India, especially in consumer. I will honestly say, it's like you are doing batting and there is no fielder, right? You don't even have to hit a 6. You just have to touch the ball, right? With intention. So if you guys want to do anything in India in the consumer space, this is the best time possible, right? India is hungry for new ideas, new concepts, new design. For the first time, they are saying that, I'm okay to try a new age Indian brand versus the typical US imported stuff, right? So this is a great time. So if anybody wants to start, this decade is going to be epic. The tools, the barrier to entry are pretty much not there, right? You can start something with a very, very low sort of investment, test it out. The advice that I will give is that, if your friends are not going to buy it, you probably won't be able to sell it. So you test it with your closed circuit first and test it with our people. Are your friends willing to put the money on the table to buy that or not? So the first test can happen right within this room if you want to test something, right? You can design something, try to sell it to your friends. If they're really opening their wallets, there is a big market outside then. Yeah, so you can do all those testing over here, right? And capital. For the first time in India, capital is easily available. So if you have a great idea, you have investors here.
Frankly, I couldn't actually decide which is the best one. That's why I've actually discussed it with at least 3 or 4 of my colleagues who were working on something similar. And due to lack of options of choosing not more than 3 people, we chose those 3 teams. But kudos to everybody. It was an amazing collective intelligence effort is what I would say.
So this was the Mokobara case study competition at Scaler School of Business. Students came out with great ideas and in return got hard conversations and real understanding of what it takes to run a GTM strategy for a 200 crore brand. If this made you feel, wish I was part of the journey, maybe it's time for us to rethink how business education is taught in India. Thank you so much for joining in. Follow Scaler School of Business channels for more.